Yo, quick little trading recap for you guys on, am I looking at the wrong thing? I did not take SPY today. I took, oh my gosh, am I tweaked? I took, Apple today. Yeah. Okay, so we took a loss on Apple today. I wanted to go over it, right? We always have to study, always have to improve. Win or loss, right? So Apple, I really had a lot of confidence in to the upside because on the 4 hour here we're making, well, price, it's making a higher high, right? It's making a, well, we did make a swing low here, but if you look from this swing low to, is this a swing low? Well, I mean, you can obviously tell price is bullish, but I like to obviously look at the highs and lows. In this case, we have this swing low all the way down in the swing low, so this is a higher low. Also broke structure here. So I'm very bullish here on Apple on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, I'm also bullish because we're doing the same thing. We're making higher highs, higher lows, breaking structure higher. I like to see both of those time frames align. And yeah, I was waiting for us to sweep lows. We also closed up a previous day high, which I really do like to see. That's like a super bullish confluence for me, because there's just so much liquidity. If we don't end up sweeping previous day high and we close above it, it's just such a good confirmation to go higher. But yeah, we end up closing above. This is 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. I see a massive sweep. So as you can see, price comes, and this was really nice. We swept out these relative equal lows, swing low, right? So crazy sweep. I'm like, all right, this is like, we're sweeping out a bunch of very important lows. We are bullish on the 4 hour, 1 hour. I also see a 1 hour demand here. This maybe, these are iffy demands, but I mean, this one I consider a demand because it caused this entire impulse up. We created a displacement fair value gap on the 1 hour. And also seeing us close above previous day high, I was very bullish on this trade. So I hopped in the 5 minute. I always like to see my smaller time frame confirmation, so I'm knowing, you have to time your entries. Your bias can be right, but you always have to time your entries. You always have to, it doesn't matter how right your bias is if your entries are off. You have to find an entry that works for you, an entry model. For me, I like to wait for a 5 minute break of structure. In this case, I want to see the swing high get broken. And we end up doing it on, this candle, massive displacement higher. So that looks really just like, damn, we had a big, like when you see price displace through highs, sweep lows, and a bullish structure, like, I don't know how you can't be bullish. Everything was lining up here perfectly. The only thing I did not like was that we never made a 5 minute fair value gap here. We never made a 3 minute. As you can see, the 3 minute is kind of choppy. 5 minutes kind of choppy. Even these smaller time frames like the 2 minute. Did we make one here? Oh no, this is later on. Okay. This is where I took the trade. But this is the first leg. We never made any imbalance here. Oh, we got a little notification. Never made any imbalance here to retest and fill and go higher, which usually I always look for a 5 or a 3 minute. That honestly could have been a sign to me, like, okay, no imbalance is not the greatest sign. Could be chopped, but I was still confident in this trade. So what I did is I looked at the 2 minute and I see, okay, we already broke the first leg. Now we're in the second leg, right? We already broke structure here. Now we did create a 2 minute fair value gap, which it's a little messy. I have all these lines. This is an alert. Let me clear this up a little bit for you guys. This is literally just raw. I'm just doing this. I literally just got back from the gym. I hit arms today with my friend, and that was fun. But yeah, so we have this 2 minute fair value gap. I like to always draw out from the recent swing lows, the recent swing high, or whatever high we make, my Fibonacci retracement, just to see whether price is coming into a discount. I only like to buy long in a discount. I don't like to buy long in a premium because it's just a better risk to reward. I don't want to enter all the way up here and have a stop loss that's like this high. You know what I mean? I want to have a better risk to reward, so I wait for a pullback before I enter. It all really depends on what you prefer, but this is, everything has different results, but this is just what I do and works for me. I do miss trades sometimes because of it, but that's okay, because when I get into trades, it definitely outweighs those missed trades in terms of risk to reward. But yeah, we have a 2-minute fair value gap here. On the 1 minute, I also saw we have this big fair value gap. We did inverse this first 1 minute, but we have another 1 minute here. I do see a 1 minute demand. I see a 2 minute demand. On the 5 minute, I see a big demand down here. So my stop loss was actually below. Well, I don't know if this is a swing low yet because I'm not sure if this candle closed, but this is a 5 minute low. On the 3 minute, it is a swing low. So I had quite a few confluences protecting my stop loss. And I was pretty confident in the trade, which initially I took my entry right here on this retracement. I think it actually immediately shot up after. That was my entry right there. It was almost like exact. And price came super duper close to my first take profit. As you can see, my first take profit was this high. It came all the way up here. Literally this close, and then it kind of reversed and chopped out a little bit before going lower and hitting my stop loss. And then, along with the rest of the market, price just went crazy to the downside. Like if I show you on the 1 hour, you can see price just, here, let me switch to 1 hour intervals. Price just absolutely goes, oh my gosh. I entered all the way up here, I got like cooked. Well, I didn't get cooked, I got stopped out, but I mean, if you didn't have a stop loss, you got cooked. but that's gambling. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing about trading, right? Everything aligned for my entry, all my requirements, everything I look for, it was literally beautiful. I was very confident in this trade. Only thing I would say is not seeing that imbalance, that initial 5 minute or 3 minute imbalance could have been a red flag for me, because I always do like to see that personally. Could have been a red flag. The fact that we like never made one here, which means we were definitely a little choppy on the 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, these smaller time frames, as you can see. That could have been a red flag, but everything else aligned for me, and I did really think we're going to go higher. I took it with confidence, and there's no way to foresee this happening. There's no way to foresee and predict, I don't know where we just went, this entire dump coming, because you have to remember, okay, like I'm not trying to predict the market. I'm just reacting to what the market is telling me. That's your job as a trader, to react, not to predict. A lot of people think like you have to know what it's going to do next. No, you just let the market give you the information it wants to give you, and then what you do, you have to be objective, and then what you do with that information is what you do with it. Trading gives you so much freedom. You get in when you want, you get out when you want. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you pressing buttons is literally all you can control in this game, but there's so much freedom in terms of what you make of this information, right? So on the 4 hour, we're bullish. Like I said, 1 hour bullish. There's no way for me to foresee this entire move happening down. It's just going to happen when it happens. Like, were we in a bearish fair value gap? Yes. But what I always like to look for is an opposing sweep in a point of interest like this, and I never saw one. I never saw us sweep any highs. Like, this is a big wick to the upside, but we didn't really sweep anything. This isn't a swing high. This swing high got closed above, so we didn't sweep anything. We didn't sweep anything back here. 4 hour. So I didn't have any opposing confluences. I thought this was beautiful. This is the reality of trading. The reason why I'm honing on this is to emphasize how all of your confluences can align. It can be an A+ setup, and the market can still just do this. And guess what? You probably won't know why, and you don't need to know why, right? This is probability. Not everything is 100%. You want to have an edge that's statistically reliable, and you want to be consistent with it. Mentally consistent, emotionally consistent. You want to be efficient. But yeah, pretty much, this is why it's so important to have good risk management, because this can happen at any time. In trading, truly anything can happen at any time, and you have no idea why. There are literally millions of people trying to impose their will on the market or get some sort of outcome from it. What makes you think that your freaking 5 contract size is gonna, like, the market's not gonna care about that? It's gonna do what it wants to do. This is why you always have to be prepared. You have to have a plan. You have to have risk management. Don't just hop in the markets and buy puts because you see this happening. You know what I mean? Because maybe it works once or twice or 3 times. That's not hard to do. But when you get cooked, and you will, it's a different ball game, right? Yeah, little rant, but overall, that's the trade recap for today. On Apple, we lost about $132 on this today, which was about 20% of the size. Yeah, we're gonna come back better tomorrow. We're gonna keep sticking to the plan. We're gonna keep being consistent, patient, focused, disciplined. We're gonna win all of 2025, all this year, all this decade, all this life. Winning is not just winning a trade, but losing a trade and looking at it and having a positive mindset and a positive result out of that trade, meaning you lost and you're just journaling what you could have done better and you're acting on that and you're being efficient, right? Because like I said, you're gonna lose. It's all about how you handle it. You're gonna lose in life too. All about how you handle it. Easier said than done, but it's the most important thing, one of the most important things. It's your reaction to your losing. That's what's going to set you apart from being profitable or unprofitable. But yeah, this is a little late. It's like 10:30, so got to get ready for bed soon. But I hope you guys have a great day or a great night or great sleep, because it's pretty late right now whenever you're watching this. And, keep staying consistent. God bless. Amen.